In today's video, we're going back to basics and I am showing you how to make steel-cut oats in 3 different ways with only 5 minutes of hands-on time. I think we all know that oats are amongst the healthiest grains on earth. They're naturally gluten-free and packed with a ton of good-for-you stuff like minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. While I'm a big fan of oatmeal in general, during the colder months I reach for steel-cut oats. Compared to oatmeal made with rolled oats, they have a little bit of a chewier consistency and more robust flavor. I personally find them more substantial and wholesome, especially when it is freezing outside and I'm in need of something to warm myself inside out. All oats, whether they're steel cut, quick, or old-fashioned rolled oats, are made from the same oat grout, but using different methods. The major difference amongst all 3 types is the texture and time of cooking. Steel-cut oats take the most amount of cooking time as they are larger compared to the other 2 types. The stovetop method of cooking steel-cut oats takes about 20 to 25 minutes and requires you to keep a close eye on it and stir it often, which is obviously not ideal for a busy weekday morning. But as it is with everything in life, there are ways around it, and that is what I'm going to show you today. The 3 methods that I'm going to share with you require no more than 5 minutes of hands-on time, can be flavored in various ways based on whatever you have in your fridge, and they do store well if you want to make a batch and enjoy it in the next few days. To me, the overnight method is by far the easiest. I usually prep this right before bed so that I can warm it up and serve it in the morning. Start by filling up a kettle with 2 cups of water and bring it to a boil. Meanwhile, place 1 cup of steel-cut oats in a small saucepan with a lid. The ratio of water to steel-cut oats for this overnight method is 2 to 1. And before you ask, if you want, you can use any other liquid like almond milk or even cow's milk. Pour the liquid over the oats and give it a quick stir. Put the lid on and let it sit overnight. In the morning, put it on the stove over medium heat and stir it with a wooden spoon to prevent it from sticking. As it cooks, the water will start to evaporate and it will start forming a nice and creamy texture. It is optional, but I like to put a half a cup of almond milk just to make it even creamier. Cook until its consistency and texture reaches to your liking. And if you want it to be a bit thinner, feel free to add in more milk. When it comes to toppings, sky's the limit. I'd like to sweeten it with fresh fruit, but you can also drizzle it with maple syrup or honey. I also like to garnish it with superfoods like chopped, unsalted nuts, hemp seeds, and chia seeds. If you want to add in more protein, you can also add in a tablespoon of nut butter as well. The second method, making it in a slow cooker, is my favorite because 1, it takes even less prep time and you literally wake up to a warm cup of oatmeal. And 2, you cook the oats in individual portions in mason jars, which you can easily store or grab and go to eat later in the morning. This method cooks the oats slowly, taking advantage of the residual heat and steam. Grab 4 mason jars, fill each with a 1/4 cup of steel-cut oats and the cup of your liquid of choice. You can use water or plant-based milk or even a combination of 2. While it's optional, I'd like to slice up a banana and add them in there to sweeten my oats. I also like to add a handful of nuts so that I will have those nutty and earthy flavors infused into the oats as they cook. Place the jars into the bowl of the slow cooker and fill it with water, making sure that the jars are covered with water at least halfway through. Put the lid on and set it to 4 hours in low heat setting. I usually set this up before I go to bed. So my crockpot has a warm setting, which means after the cooking is complete, it will continue to keep it warm. Most nights I sleep around 8 hours. So for the last 4 hours, I make sure that it is on so that I can wake up to a warm cup of steel-cut oatmeal. In the morning, carefully remove the jars from the water and add in more toppings if you want. I'd like to put some more fruit on top, as well as chia seeds, but again, play with whatever you have on hand. At this point, you can enjoy it right away or put a lid on it and take it with you to eat later. And if you have leftovers, you can cover them tightly with the lid, bring to room temperature, and store in the fridge for up to 3 days. The last method, cooking it in a pressure cooker, is when I forget to plan ahead. It's just as easy and quick, but especially ideal if you're cooking steel-cut oats for a crowd. Preheat the pressure cooker by selecting the sauté function. Add in a teaspoon of coconut oil, or any other oil like avocado oil, or even butter would work. Let it melt. To that, add in a cup and a half of steel-cut oats, and stir it for a few seconds just to make sure that the oats are coated with the oil. Stir in 4 cups of water and an optional pinch of salt. Select cancel, secure it with the lid, and turn the pressure valve to seal position. Select manual mode and cook at high pressure for 10 minutes. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to come to full pressure. Once cooking is complete, let it naturally release for 10 minutes and then quick release the rest. Remove the lid carefully and give it a stir. As you stir, you'll see it will get super creamy. Ladle it into bowls and again top it off with whatever toppings you like. There you have it, friends. 3 easy ways of cooking steel-cut oats without having to wait in front of the stove while waiting for it to cook. You can find all these 3 recipes with more topping ideas and more helpful information on how to store leftovers on my blog foolproofliving.com. I will include the links in the description below. And if you're a fan of oatmeal, I have 2 other similar videos you might like. The first one is how to make basic almond milk and chia seed oatmeal. And the second one is more of a flavorful apple and cinnamon oatmeal. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like. And if you're a fan of similar, healthy and easy recipes like this one, subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time.